It's your boy JB.
Welcome back to another episode of the Hoops Hustle podcast.
Your boys are back better than ever, and the league has been kicking off recently.
Yeah, man, this NBA has been boring.
Yeah.
So let's start off with Nuggets and Thunder?
Yeah, it has to be, man. 2 MVPs going at it. A game basically signifying who is the top contender right now for MVP, and SGA took the battle first.
For me, SGA has been balling all season. Definitely my number one pick for MVP of the season. But Jokic, even the game before, 30, 20, and 20?
That's what makes it so hard to make a decision, man. Because Jokic is putting up historic numbers. But then, SGA is just so consistent. And the Thunder, they're basically always winning. So it's like, how do you weigh up your MVP? It depends on really how you see or think what MVP means.
I see the Thunder winning at least 65 plus games this season. Yeah. And for me, winning means everything. Right. So SJ's got my MVP pick.
And I think where 2 and to 4 in the Western Conference is so tight, the Nuggets can really end up anywhere. So it's hard, man. I think I had SGA leading. Obviously, that massive game Jokic had the other day kind of swayed me a little bit. But seeing them go head to head, man, that's how I make my decision. And SGA took that.
Another thing in SGA's favour is the whole voters fatigue.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen with LeBron. We've seen it happen with MJ. And now we're seeing it with Jokic. Jokic is putting up some historic numbers, but SGA definitely put in this one.
Yeah, we kind of saw in the season where Embiid won MVP, even though he was crazy that season. But I think people kind of got tired of Jokic, and obviously we saw him win it last year because they realised he was the better player. So we might probably see that again this season, but not to say that SGA isn't completely deserving, because he is.
Where do you rank LeBron in this whole MVP ranking?
I think he's definitely top 5. We have to give him respect, man. What he's done with the Lakers, moving us into a second seed. Yeah, I said us because we're not really wearing my Lakers top, but you guys get it. But yeah, man, moving us back into the second seed. Even before Luka Doncic got there, the Lakers were rolling since January. So at 40 years old, you have to put him in there.
Another person you have to give credit to Lakers in proven success, JJ Redick. Right. Easily top 3 coach of the year for me.
Yeah.
Him, JB Bickerstaff, and even Kenny Atkinson. Those 3. But what I'm seeing with the Lakers, now that Luka is on this team, those 3-and-D players have been playing defense. They've been playing defense by committee.
That is mad. Anthony Davis, probably one of the best defenders in the league, goes out, but your defense gets better. I think because they realise they can't rely on AD in the back no more. They have to, sit down and lock up. And we've been seeing it even from LeBron James and Luka as well, to an extent.
But seeing the Lakers lose against Celtics, do you feel like the Lakers are title challengers, or do you think it's a wrap for them?
No, I wouldn't say it's a wrap, man, because obviously you kind of need these tests. You won 8 straight games, you've been rolling, beating teams, but you're going to need to find out what kind of level you're at. And the Celtics, they took it to us last game. But I think seeing that game, there's definitely these areas where the Lakers can improve. For example, I feel like it was a lot of ISO heavy in that game. Not a lot of plays being ran. It was like my turn, your turn with Luka and LeBron.
Why I think Lakers can make noise is because they had that game without 2 of their starters. But no Jackson Hayes. Yeah. I'm not saying he's the second coming of Hakeem. No Rui, but they still held their own. Even though, in the third quarter, Boston Celtics just wiped them clean. Yeah. But we saw in the fourth quarter, Luka, we saw Dalton Connect, we saw AR-15 coming back and making the game somewhat tight. And without LeBron even going down injured. So I see Lakers, they can make noise, but there's just one big away from actually being titled.
Yeah, fact. I think the Lakers are more of like a next team season. This season is just anything we do is cherry on top. Like we've got Luka Doncic, we're rolling right now. Obviously, at least if it's minimum Western Conference Finals, I'll be happy with that.
Talking of Celtics, what do you make of them in that game?
I mean, it's nothing that I didn't really expect, man. They're the defending champs. You got the Lakers, your historic rival, coming into your building off an 8-game winning streak. They're feeding themselves. You kind of want to put that fear into them. And they did what they did, man. I think for them, I'm not going to lie, they treated it like a Game 7. That was the most minutes Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have played all season. You saw them going hard. And I think the Lakers didn't really match that intensity. So, I mean, they done what they needed to do.
Do you feel like Jason Tatum is actually becoming one of the most disrespected superstars in the league?
Slightly. Even though I understand he's got such a good team, but I definitely feel like he's taken more of a responsibility to lead that team. You see it in his game with the assists he's putting up, the rebounds, obviously he's always there, he's scoring. But for me with Tatum, it's just, I can't put my finger on it, I really can't, as to why he's not in the Anthony Edwards category. But do you feel like, because he's just boring, like he's very like,
for me, Jason Tatum and Anthony Edwards are on 2 different levels.
No, I don't know. I'm talking about face of the league promotion. Like, I know Tatum's a better player, 100%.
Oh yeah, Anthony Edwards got that personality. He's got that charisma.
Yeah.
However,
but even when they like, let's say want to put Luka hasn't really got like personality that. But yeah, they still hold the Luka to a higher standard than they do to Tatum.
Jason Tatum's personality is so calm, so chilled, and people really like the whole charisma out of Anthony Edwards, or the hype around players like Wemby, because he's a supernova freak.
Yeah.
However, Jason Tatum for me, most disrespected, because he should easily be a top candidate for MVP.
Yeah, I don't know. People just don't see him in that echelon, which I don't understand. Obviously, he's a product of the team, because you got Jaylen Brown, who sometimes could be better than him. I mean, we saw in the NBA Finals where he won Finals MVP. So it's hard, man. Tatum, I think he's a victim of his own success and his team's success. But let's speak about another team. So we got the Lakers, who are surging in the Western Conference. But the Golden State Warriors, they pulled off a trade for Jimmy Butler, and it's completely changed their team. I think they're like 11-1 right now with Jimmy in the lineup. So what do you make of them? Are they a scary team in the West?
I'm actually surprised by that trade.
Yeah.
Because when I were after Jimmy, I was like, I know Jimmy's a good player, but what is it about him that takes you over the line? And then I realised Jimmy gets fouled a lot.
He does.
And that allows Steph Curry to rest whilst being on the court, so you don't have to sub him out as much. So for me, it's looking at, okay, cool, this is a dangerous pairing. Jimmy in the mid-range, and then you got Steph, the king of the three-point and beyond. And then you got Draymond, who's going to lock down defensively. My only issue is their depth, because I don't see them having the depth to compete against your OKCs, against your Thunder, against your Nuggets. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, we talk about the Warriors and trading for Jimmy Butler. They were also linked to Kevin Durant. What do we make of KD and the Suns this season?
I think the Suns need to blow it up.
Yeah.
I understand hearing what KD said about mid-season trade. It just wasn't the right time for me.
Yeah.
Which I hear it, because you got families, you don't want to unsettle him. But I think this summer, he needs to go. And I've got 2 teams in mind that I can see him going.
Really? Yeah, let me hear them.
One, the return back to OKC.
Ooh.
I think if OKC don't win it all this season, Sam Presti's got to make that move. Because you got a war chest of draft picks. And then you got so many tangible players like Aaron Wiggins, you got Lou Dort, you got Caruso, and you can still keep Chet, you can still keep Wiggins, you can still keep Williams, and obviously SGA. So for me, that's one team. And then the other team, depending on Kyrie's injury, Dallas. That's the only thing that can save, what's his name's face?
Nico Harrison. Those are both 2 good options. Him going to OKC, if they're able to keep at least, obviously they're going to keep SGA, if they're able to keep Williams and Chet, and obviously Hartenstein maybe paired next to Kevin Durant, that's easily the top team in the Western Conference.
Easily.
And then obviously even with the Mavs, that's a great team with Kyrie and AD. That's basically an Olympic team right there. So I'll definitely explore those options if I'm Kevin Durant, because really and truly, what's going on with the Suns? You've got Bradley Beal, who's keeping the team hostage with his no trade clause. Devin Booker's obviously still there, but
I want to know what Bradley Beal has against anyone in that organization.
Why? What do you mean?
Because the way he's keeping them hostage is like...
Do you know what? I hear it, man, because, bro, he's been traded. Like, he's got a family. He doesn't want to have to go to a city that he doesn't want to go to. And if I hold the power, I'm not going to give that up just because you want me to.
I was hearing somewhere, don't you feel like if you've waived your no trade clause, do you feel like that should be it? Or do you feel like it should continue following you everywhere you go?
Wait, what do you mean? So if you waive it for a team?
Yeah, because he waived it at, Wizards, to get to Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, what? So you get to keep it, innit?
Yeah, that's the weird rule in the NBA.
Ah.
I feel like once it's done...
Yeah, once it's done, yeah, that should be done still. You shouldn't be able to keep that.
Because now, if you actually look at it, Phoenix Suns wanted to get rid of Bradley Beal.
100%.
And he's the one player that, we don't need you. Because you traded away KD, you must be nuts.
Yeah.
But I understand why they actually have to now.
Yeah, it's true actually, because really and truly, they don't really have draft capital. They got players who are keeping them hostage. Where the hell do they go from here? I think KD's definitely gone this season, 100%. What do you think the reception will be like for him to go back in terms of the OKC fans? Do you feel like they would have forgiven him for?
Mate, they ain't won anything, man.
True.
I'm receiving him with open arms. I'm like,
KD,
KD, mate, he ain't won anything.
Yeah, that's true still.
It's not like, wow, he left you and then you guys won 3 straight.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, it's important that OKC don't win. this summer. Because if they win, then for me,
yeah.
it'll be another soft move by KD.
It's alright, yeah. So obviously, your boy LeBron James went at Stephen A. Smith. Can't believe we forgot to mention that, man. What do you make of that? Do you feel like LeBron should have done that publicly?
I hear it because I watched the interaction LeBron had with RJ, and
Yeah.
RJ was said, the fact that he said, "I speak to you as a father," LeBron was doing it as a father too, man. Like,
Bro, I don't know why people are trying to get onto LeBron for that. That's well within his reason. Even Stephen A. Smith, like a few months back, was like, I'm always at games. If you guys have a problem with me, you can know where to find me. You can come and speak to me. LeBron did exactly that, and now
but you see Stephen A's like, we could talk about it later.
Yeah, no, switch up.
He was like, F that.
Nah, man, if you're coming at me as a father, like, cool, Bronny's gonna get criticism. Obviously, you're in the NBA, it's to be expected. But if you start coming at me as a father, trying to question my fatherhood, fam, you're gonna have to like chat to me.
And I think that was what tipped it over.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Because I feel like if he just left it at, I don't think Bronny should be playing as much minutes as he should be or whatever, then LeBron would be like, alright, cool, that's criticism.
Yeah.
It's part of the course. But because he said it on national TV, I plead you as a father, don't be doing this to him.
No, in fact, it's too disrespectful, man, personally. Like, Stephen A is a big personality. A lot of people are seeing him. And then you're coming on national television to question someone as a father.
Hey, but Stephen A is making a whole lot of money.
Yeah, he signed that crazy deal, man.
A lot more money than some certain players in the league.
Yeah, that's what's so mad about it. He can actually talk. He can actually talk his talk to certain players in the league because he's actually earning more than them. But you have to give him credit, man, to see what he's done in terms of broadcasting and the contract he got. That's the NBA contract.
Yeah,
that's
5
crazy.
years, 100.
That's nuts, man. That's crazy. Shout out to him, though, man.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all of that.
And stay posted with us for all the relevant news in the NBA.